Yo, what's up, everybody? Back at you with another one. We're going to talk about the Tevin Coleman situation and free agency, and definitely one of the good running backs out there that's able to be picked up off this free agency. Now, the thing is, number one, will the Detroit Lions be willing to spend some money? Number two, would Tevin Coleman consider Detroit? Because Tevin Coleman has an opportunity to possibly be a starter. And we know that this season he pretty much started a lot of games and played a lot of games for Atlanta, rushing over 800 yards and catching 32 balls out the backfield was pretty decent for a guy that was the number two backup. Definitely he's one of those guys that you want to take a look at in the offseason. And if you're the Detroit Lions, you're trying to figure out ways to get playmakers on the team. Having a 1-2 punch in the backfield is not bad. Mark Ingram did it with Alvin Kamara. And I believe, I'm trying to think who else did the two backfield that worked out pretty well. There's several teams that do the two backfield situation, and that's the way that the NFL is going now. They're going with two guys instead of just going with one guy and burning one guy out. They're with the exception of a couple teams go to one running back all the time. But Tevin Coleman is very interesting because this is a guy that I felt that the Lions should have drafted 4 seasons ago. And they did not. They opted to go with Amir Abdullah, and we know how that panned out. He's no longer with the Lions. So definitely this is something that the Lions need to consider. You need to get playmakers in here. You need to get guys that's going to make plays. And definitely Tevin Coleman is one of those running backs that can catch exceptionally well out of the backfield, can run, can do all the things that Kerryon Johnson can do. And I think that those two guys would complement each other. But at the same time, it just depends on if the Lions are willing to spend any money. But I do think that Tevin Coleman has the opportunity to be a starter elsewhere. Teams like the Raiders, the Colts, and the Jets have the money to pay Tevin Coleman. And I don't know if he wants to come to Detroit to be a backup. So that's just speculations out there, guys, as far as trying to get help. The Lions could stay with Zach Zenner, and it could be Zach Zenner and Kerryon Johnson in the backfield. Or you can also try to find Tion Green and give him an opportunity again. You never know what the Lions are thinking and what they're doing. But they definitely need to get playmakers on this team and not burn guys out and allow these guys to do what they do, and that's make plays. But the Kareem Hunt situation, none of us know what that's going to be like because he still has to go through a suspension as well as coming off the commissioner's exempt list. So it's a couple things that need to happen and take place. Le'Veon Bell is out there as well. That's another name in free agency that you can grab, but you're going to have to spend some money if you're going to get Le'Veon Bell. And it is what it is. I definitely think that Tevin Coleman will be a great pickup for the Detroit Lions. But I don't know if he would come here due to him possibly wanting to be a starter. Whether Atlanta will give him the money, which I probably doubt it because they already paid Deontay Freeman. So we just got to see, guys, how this thing works out in the offseason. All right, you guys, I'm out of here.